So, welcome back to How to Happiness. This is the third video in the tutorial series on creating your own personal mission statement. In the last video I talked about how to create your mission statement, the sort of things that you might want to think about as you make your mission statement, and the sort of principles and things that you might want to put in. I'm really hoping that you had a good time with that you really discovered some things about yourself, maybe got some new direction from the things that you wrote in there, and got some clarification about those things that are really important to you and the way that you want to proceed from this day on. In this video, I want to talk about what we should do with that mission statement now that we have it. How we're going to use that mission statement to make a difference in our lives from here on in. The first thing that we're going to use our statement for is something that we keep in mind as we make choices throughout our day. It can be the simplest of things that we choose that comes in alignment with our mission statement. And perhaps even at the end of the day, you can have a look back on your day and see whether the choices that you made during the day, the time you spent on certain things and didn't on other things, whether that's in alignment with the statement that you made. Are you achieving the things that you want to? Are you behaving in the way that you want to? Did you use your values in that day to make choices about how you behaved? This can be as simple as what food you eat, what you choose to spend your time on in the day, what you choose not to spend your time doing in the day, what people you spend your time with, what activities you do, whether it's for yourself or for others. Perhaps it's a creative thing that you wanted to spend more time on, and making the time to do that and saying yes to yourself and creating the space for that. The second way that we want to use our mission statements is when we fill in our diaries. I want to get you to do regularly, to write into your diaries. If you pick a certain time every week that you sit down to write it for the whole week, and then using your mission statement, remember to write in the people, the activities that are important to you, and that then you make sure that you have enough time for them. And then keeping to the schedule of your diary as closely as you can, hopefully having written it reasonably so that you can keep up with it, and then keeping to it firmly so that then you go through and you actually spend time on the things that are important to you. This is a really great activity to try out. Try it for a week. Sit down, write a diary, make sure that the relationships that are important to you, the activities you want to get done, for instance, perhaps there's some creativity that you want to make time for, make sure that you have those written into your diary, and then try to keep to it for a week. See how you feel after that week, after doing all the things that you want to do and letting the other things, the unimportant things that are so easy to take up your time, let them go. So give that one a go. I'll probably write it down the bottom of here so that it's one of the activities that you can use as an exercise just to test out the theory. Even as you're writing the diary, it helps to remember and recall those things that you really want to spend time on, and it'll give you motivation to make sure that you fit them in. Yeah. Just another note on writing in your diary and those relationships that you're going to want to put in there that you make sure you have time for. And that comes from, once again, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, where Stephen Covey speaks about thinking of what you put into relationships like a bank account, so that you're putting in time, energy, connections, you're making space for a relationship, and in that way you're kind of depositing time and space into this emotional bank account, this emotional relationship bank account. At the same time, of course, if you're breaking your promises, you're making withdrawals from this bank account. So keeping that in mind and making sure that you're making space for the people that are important to you, those relationships that are important, thinking of it as putting in money into this bank account, but also you need to think of the sort of money. You need to put the right currency in. In another series, I'll talk about the 5 languages of love, which is a very cool and interesting way of looking at how other people respond to different types of love. So there's, many types of love. When you're thinking of the relationship that you are talking about spending time in, make sure you're giving the thing that this person enjoys. Not just what you enjoy, but what they enjoy. Because sometimes we can be putting time in and energy into something, and you're not getting any credit points because they actually don't care about it. So we'll talk about that another time, but just try to think about that as you think of the ways that you want to spend time in these relationships as you write it in your diary. Yeah. When you find yourself with a hard decision to make, something really big or confusing, a question perhaps that overwhelms you, remember your mission statement. Read it over again as you think about what it is that you want to choose from there on. Use your mission statement in those difficult times to help you choose the right path for you and remind you who you are, what you believe, and what's important to you. There you are. I hope this has been really helpful for you. I hope this gives you some really great direction. I hope that you find that your personal mission statement really helps you in the choices that you make from here on in. I'll put some more stuff onto the blog for you, more direction on how you can use this and reminders. Making this for you has really helped me as well, because it's reminded me to use my diary more, to put in more things than just my work stuff. Remembering time to fit in for my kids. So I appreciate your reminder, and I hope it's a good one for you too. I'll see you in the next series. Bye.